Hi. So it's been a while. Um, I think last video I made, I was 4 days on T, and now I'm approaching 5 months on T, so, um, it's been a while. And for that, I apologize. Um, but the gist of it is, I kind of kept putting off making, like, monthly videos and stuff because it was almost like, I didn't want to like track any of the middle stages of my transition. I just wanted to like look in the mirror one day and be like, "Oh shit, there's a man." And I didn't really want to see the gradient as I kind of physically transitioned, and so I was pretty much like, I don't know, it was like making me downcast to not be able to report like significant changes, even though there have been some significant changes, but I think I just wanted like everything to happen while I wasn't noticing it, and if I was like actively tracking it, then that kind of ruined that everything happening while I wasn't noticing it thing. So that's why I haven't been making like monthly videos, 1 month on T, 2 months on T, etc. Um, but I'm making a video now. Maybe it's because I feel like changes have actually been significant at this point, but excuse me. But like, yeah, a lot's happened. I'm in college now, as you can probably see by the dorm room in the background. um, and it's pretty good. I'm pretty much like stealth here, which is weird, and I wasn't expecting that to happen. But most of the people I know right now, and I'm like making friends with, are like just accepting that I'm a cis dude, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna argue, obviously. So that's been a pleasant surprise, and it's been nice and unfamiliar to function essentially in the world as a cis guy. Um, and I think it's really solidified how I feel about my identity and things like that, because it's just, I don't know, it's a huge relief to feel like people aren't constantly questioning my gender or like things like that. Obviously, I still look kind of feminine in like my facial features and stuff, but um, I think that's just mostly contributing to me looking younger than I am. Like, my father tells me that I look like a 15-year-old boy, which is better than like a 12-year-old boy, I guess, or an 11-year-old boy, which was what I was kind of looking like pre-T. But yeah, so that that's all been fun. And as for physical changes, um, other guys have talked about this in way more detail than I will, but gist of it is my voice dropped, obviously, around like a month and a half in, and that was like one huge drop in like the space of a week, and then it's been kind of dropping at a more steady pace since then. Um, and also, I've like, you can't really see it that well right now because I shaved it a few weeks ago, impulsively, because I thought it was hindering my passing, because I read something like that online. I was like, fuck this, but um, I regretted it immediately afterwards. But finally, it's growing back in, and I have like the shadow of a dirt stash, um, but it hasn't come back to its full glory yet, so that's too bad. But my face hasn't really changed all that much. My jaw might be a little bit sharper, but it's been hard to track because the past couple weeks my face has been pretty swollen because of I got my wisdom teeth taken out recently, and so like my jowls were really fucked up looking, and the swelling's finally, I think, completely gone, but like I can't be totally sure, because like my mouth's still a bit sore, and like I still have stitches in on this side, so I don't know. But what else? My eyebrows are thicker, and I have more like hair on my body. I have hairy arms now, which I'm really enjoying. I don't mean that sarcastically. I legitimately love having hairy arms. My legs are a lot hairier than they used to be. I have some stomach hair, not that much, but a little bit, and I had none before. Um, and what else? Oh yeah, I'm a lot sweatier than I used to be. My face gets a lot oilier than it used to. Um, so I'm a bit more prone to acne, but it's nothing serious at the moment. Um, just like more superficial like pimples and stuff than I used to get, um, which is kind of fine because they heal really quickly and like, um, yeah. But what else? Oh yeah, I have a lot of like chest acne and back knee, which is really gross and it's worse than the acne on my face. But luckily, I'm not like walking around with my whole chest out or my whole back out, so no one's really seeing that. And those are the major changes I can think of right now. I'm sure there are a couple that I'm forgetting, but they're obviously not like important enough for me to think of off the top of my head. Oh yeah, I also smell a bit different, but not like majorly different like some guys have reported, or at least not that I can tell. Maybe because it's like my own smell, I'm not really noticing it. Because I smell myself every day, but I don't know. Emotional stuff, I feel a lot better than I used to. Um, I was kind of concerned at first because like I'd heard some guys, they were saying like I felt so much better suddenly like right after my first shot, and I suddenly felt like leagues more confident. And when I got my first shot, I was kind of like, okay, do I have a beard yet? And I was feeling like for the first couple of weeks super impatient, and I just wanted like time to move, but it felt like it was going really slowly, and I was really frustrated because I just wanted to like look like a dude already. But after those first couple of weeks, time started to kind of move really fast, and I can't really believe it's been almost 5 months at this point. So if but I've noticed like that I feel a lot better out in the world because I know that I'm passing a lot more often. Like before, I used to pass like in public about like 70% of the time as female, um, which sucked obviously, and now I'm passing like 90% of the time as male. So that's a lot. That's a huge like relief off my chest to know that like if I'm like buying something or like asking a stranger for something, they probably see me as a guy. And I know it shouldn't make that much of a difference, but when you're trans, it does. Because that's dysphoria. And, oh yeah, I also forgot to mention I have a bit more muscle mass than I used to. Nothing major because I wasn't that muscular to begin with. I've always been kind of noodly, but like I can feel a bit of muscle where there wasn't any previously, so there's also that. What else? Oh, right. Also, my voice dropping has brought me an immense amount of relief because I hated my voice so much, and I hadn't even like realized how much distress and pain it was causing me. I don't feel like dying when I speak now because I know, I mean, my voice is kind of like still androgynous, maybe a bit male leaning, but um, to know that it doesn't like ruin my passing is a giant relief. And if anything, it probably helps my passing, which is also a giant relief. And yeah, so that's the emotional stuff. Um, and as for other general life stuff, like I'm in college now. It's really nice, like I said. And something happened kind of recently that really brought a blow to my mood. It was like with a guy I was a bit involved with, like a cis gay guy, and long story short, I thought he was fine. At first he said he was fine with me being trans, and then he kind of like changed his mind later, which I don't blame him, because people are allowed to like realize that they're uncomfortable with things they thought they were comfortable with previously, but it still feels bad. And I was really, really, really like gutted for a couple days, but now I feel a lot better about it. And yeah, but for a couple days there, I was really fucked up, and I was like feeling kind of like no one will ever love me. Like I'm gross. I'm unlovable. Being trans fucking sucks, and being trans does fucking suck a lot of the time. But in reality, I'm. It's probably not quite as doom and gloom as I was making it out to be. I doubt like finding love will be easy by any means, but I don't think it's doing myself any favors to tell myself that it'll be impossible. So that's kind of where I am right now. Thank you for watching, if you watched all the way through. I apologize for the length and the unscripted quality of this video, but I didn't really feel like making an outline, so this was kind of just me talking out of my ass. So, again, thank you. I appreciate you, and goodbye.